Hello, welcome back to the Dyff Boizzz podcast. Today, as guest, we have Rhydian and Eifion, special guests. We asked them before the podcast to prepare
A translation of Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare, prologue.
to the language we use today. Eifion, Rhydian.
Hello.
Thank you.
My name is Efan Jones. This is my partner,
Rhydian.
Hunter and Grinders.
How are you?
We are very good, thank you very much. How are you?
We are great.
Yeah,
We're
we're
splendid. This is our gonna be the fifth podcast of the week.
Oh,
This
that's
is my
very
first time
interesting.
ever on a podcast.
No, that's,
Then you should prove yourself.
I'm pretty sure I remember your dad being on a podcast before.
Oh yes.
Tommy was very famous.
Oh, yeah, he was a very famous individual.
I think it's about time that we cracked on to the subject.
Yes.
Yes.
You should start.
Thank you very much for your kindness. So, for the first verse, which is two households, both alike in dignity, we thought it would fit well to be two families, both similar in dignity.
Wow,
you have a very similar translation to us. Maybe the same thing, if I'm being honest.
If I'm being totally honest, that's exactly word for word
Oh, wow.
what we've said.
Great minds think alike.
Exactly. And in our verse next, which is in Fair Verona, where we lay our scene, we've actually thought that it is best if we said
In Verona, where our scene is set.
Surprisingly, we have also put the exact same
Oh my
verse
God.
down.
This is
I guess the
Extraordinary.
translation. I guess the translation was too hard to resist.
yes,
Um,
exactly.
Rhydian, would you like to put out the third verse of William Shakespeare's
The third
Romeo and
verse is
Juliet?
prologue.
ancient grudge break to new mutiny. And me and Evan have put from an old grudge break to a new way of rule breaking.
Oh.
That's a bit different to ours this time, Evan.
Yes, instead of what did you end it with? Sorry, Rhydian?
A new way of rule breaking.
A new way of what?
Rule breaking.
We have put break into new disobedience revolution. So instead, we've said from an old grudge break into a new disobedience revolution.
I really like the disobedience revolution. It's a
Thank you.
very big and not very much used word.
Yes,
Yes.
we've gone for the most extraordinary words that we could think of. So
It's very interesting and extraordinary.
Thanks.
Rhydian, what are your opinions on this verse?
Your translation is very good.
I
In
thought
fact, probably better than ours.
so.
But what I think is maybe if it's translated into modern English, you wouldn't say that when you talk to someone.
Yeah, well, we are the podcast leaders for a reason.
Rhydian.
Oh, of course.
Lewis, would you care to
Anyways,
say
shall
that?
we move on?
Yes.
Yes.
I agree.
The next verse is where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. Me and Evan decided to put where civilian blood makes civil hands dirty. We kept some of the original words in there, but spiced it up a little bit.
We have also finished. We have also concluded on the same type of words when
Wow.
the blood makes civil hands dirty. But instead of where civilian blood, we have just kept it as where civil.
The reason I believe we put dirty is the same reason when I put your disobedience revolution, because you wouldn't normally say unclean in conversation.
No, you wouldn't, Rhydian.
Maybe someone's grandmother would. Like
Probably.
yours, maybe, Rhydian.
Maybe.
Oh, what a laugh. Anyway, do you care to tell us your fifth verse?
Yes. You want me to?
Yes, you can recite our fifth verse.
The original Shakespeare verse is from forth the fatal lines of these two foes, but we have translated it from the fatal love of these two enemies.
Oh, we've gone
We've
different
got
path there,
keeping some of the original words in there.
but changing it up as well.
Yes. Do you want to say?
I will gladly say, Lewis. we have actually put from the deadly loins of these two enemies. So we've concluded on the same word, but the others is very, very different.
Yes.
You,
Although our end is quite similar.
Yes, our
Yes.
end is quite
I
similar.
have a
I
question
can
for you.
also see how you've also very shortened the verse
Yes.
significantly.
I have a question for you.
Yes, go
Why
ahead,
did
go
you say love? Why did you change loins to love? Just
Because the
just a question.
definition of love is the
Sexual organs.
sexual
and
organs
the-
of your body.
And we believe that's the reason why Shakespeare has put fatal loins down.
I
Interesting.
can see your point.
Yes.
Very,
Also,
very
it
interesting.
is because Romeo and Juliet are, in fact, lovers.
Fair enough. Even.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
We progress.
Do you want to say the next?
The original from Shakespeare is a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, but me and Lewis, have came to the conclusion that it should be a pair of destined lovers end their life.
Yeah.
Could you
I-
explain why, Lewis?
Well, I mean, we can see star-crossed lovers. I mean, stars. I don't really. Yeah. Whatever Evan said. But I think destined lovers makes sense.
I totally agree with you there.
I agree with you there, but we have put a pair of unlucky lovers because in their situation, because the two houses were against each other, it was true love, but it was unlucky because they were from two
So the parents
angry
would be
houses.
fighting.
Exactly.
Although
That
personally,
is
I
my
agree
point.
with desperate lovers more than unlucky lovers.
Yes.
The only thing I would change is to take their life. It would be maybe commit suicide, as that's a more modern English term.
We thought that killing
And-
themselves is quite a strong way of putting it.
Yes, a
Indeed,
very
Very
It's a,
graphic.
it's a more
Yes.
it's a more family friendly.
Very violent
It's,
word.
it's more
Yes,
family friendly if we put it on end. And
Indeed.
we are in a school, so
Yes.
that's why we try to
Yes.
keep
Indeed,
it a family
indeed.
friendly area.
Yes, I can agree.
Yes. So, Rhydian,
Rhydian,
the next
please
verse,
could
please.
I go for the next verse?
Of course, even you can go.
For the original verse, it is whose misadventured pictures overthrows, and our translation was whose adventure caused sadness and sympathy.
That's a very, very good translation, if I'm being totally honest. Like that one.
What did we say again, Evan?
I
haven't seen-
I think that we've said whose pitied love overthrows. If I recall.
I can
Yes.
understand that because piteous sounds like very similar to pity,
Yes.
and the definition is also
Quite
sadness
similar.
and pity.
Yes. That's why we've gone for a more similar
Yes.
translation.
Yes.
Like to keep it simple.
Yes.
Not go over the top.
No. If you have a chance for a tap in, you take the tap in.
Yes.
Exactly.
Like I did yesterday.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, that was great as
Yes.
well, Lewis.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Carried us in the final.
Yes. And
Queerby Cup 2024 and the 14th champions.
yes.
If you want a photo, I'm here.
Anyway, let's
Anyway.
proceed.
Let's
We're going off
keep.
topic here.
Yeah,
Yes,
we've gone a
we've
bit
gone
off topic.
off the track.
We'll say that in the next podcast.
Yes,
Don't
yes.
worry.
The next verse from Shakespeare was, though through their death bury their parents' strife. And me and Evan said, and with their death they bury their parents' argument.
Oh.
Very similar to ours.
Yes, very
We
similar.
have put, and with their death, end their parents' disagreements.
It's basically the same sentence,
Yes.
but we've concluded the ending on different
Yes.
terms.
Just a change
And
of
then-
words.
and then-
But the words still mean the same.
They're-
And
yes, they
instead
seem
of
the
keeping
same
the word bury, we thought it was more a modern English word to put end, because bury would be more of a
Posher way.
posher way of saying it. Because
Yes.
bury in this time's English would be you would bury
Yes,
to
but-
put in a coffin.
Metaphorically speaking, if you said you bury someone's emotions, it would also make sense because you bury the past
Yes,
I do
and
agree.
you keep it
I
in the ground,
can agree with that.
never to resurface.
Bury is a pretty good word for it, but we were translating it to modern English, and we thought it would be more simple to keep it at end.
Yes, I think it's about time we. So we've been experiencing slight technical issues there, but either way we'll proceed into the next verse, which is the faithful passage or the death-marked love. What have you put, Lewis, in the translation?
Me and Evan have put the terrifying passage of the end marked endless love.
Ooh,
It's very powerful.
yes, I agree with that.
That was what we were going for,
Yes.
for being totally honest. What have you written down? Then and even.
Do you want me to go? Yes, okay, I will. The faithful passing of the deathly love.
Ooh.
Then could you kindly explain why we put this?
Yes.
Could you?
We personally believe that death marked love meant love that was not meant to be, and as we all know, Romeo and Juliet did take their life together. So that's why we put deathly love.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Would you like to move on to?
Yeah, might I ask a question?
Oh,
Is
yes,
it,
yes,
is
yes,
it
no
okay
problem.
if I call you from now on the devious duo? Or is that
Yes,
a bit out of your comfort zone?
We're completely fine with the
Yes.
store.
Devious duo it is now.
Would you like to move on to the next verse?
Yes,
Yes.
we're very much like to.
Evan.
The original next verse would be and the continuance of the parents' rage, which me and Lewis we came to the conclusion of
We translate it.
yes. So do you care to say the translation, Lewis?
And continues their parents' rage.
Ooh,
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
quite similar to ours.
Yes,
Do you want to
very
say it
similar.
here?
Our wording is slightly different. We have put
Yes.
the feet and their parents' rage continues.
Ooh, you just
The
swap.
Yes,
Yes, we
yes,
just the words around there. I think I like the Divas duo and me and Lewis we think alike. Very much alike.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I might find it hard to keep saying the Divas duo, so I might just call you Efan and Rhydian.
Yes.
That died very fast.
I agree that. I agree.
Well, Rhydian, would you?
Do you want me to?
Yes.
Yes,
So
thank you.
the original verse written by Shakespeare was, "Which with the children's end not could remove." Me and Eifion personally put, "Which nothing but the children's death could remove."
Ooh, that's very close once again.
Yes, it's a pretty strong word with death right in the middle.
Yes.
Because that is technically what the sentence does mean.
Well, I say technically that's what it literally means.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And we're sorry once again, we are still having some slight technical difficulties here in the studio. If I do recall, I think that it was time for me and Lewis's translation of that verse. So me and Lewis have come to the conclusion that we thought the verse would be better if it was but even their children's death couldn't remove.
Ooh, that is very similar to ours. As I've already stated before, great minds do think alike.
I agree with you there. And
So do I.
Quote of the day.
The only
think alike.
the only differences are the words are in different orders.
Yes, exactly.
Because overall, it's quite similar.
Well, I think all of our verses translations have been quite similar to
Yes,
this
I
Bible.
agree. With the first two being exactly the same.
Yes. How did that happen?
Yes, I do not know.
Have some copycats here, I think.
I assure you.
Shall we move on?
Yes.
Dan, would you like to say the next verse?
And now we are entering the last stage of the prologue, and the original verse by Shakespeare is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage. Efan, do you want to say the translation?
Yes, of course. Our translation was, for the next 2 hours, our stage will be full.
Ooh, that's different from
That's,
ours.
this is where the turning point begins, I
Oh,
think.
yes.
Could we
We start to go
Yes.
a different path.
This, if I may
completely honest, took us a while to come to agreement with this verse.
Oh yes.
And as it was a very
Difficult one
Yes,
to
yeah,
translate.
yes.
Me and Evan agree with that.
Yes,
Could
we
we-
found it very difficult to
We'll be
translate this verse as well.
We're
Could we
very
be
excited to
honoured?
hear your verse.
Could
Yes,
we
no,
go
yes,
on
come on,
to
Louis.
hear your verse?
I don't know what it is.
It's right there, Louis.
Oh, sorry, Evan. It will now occupy your next 2 hours.
Yes,
I like that one.
Yeah,
I think
I
that
believe.
I do think that one is better than ours.
Yes,
unfortunately.
I believe that's something someone these days would say.
Yes, I think we've been slightly superior to you and
I would disagree with that. I think we have had our fair share of better verses.
well, this could be a debate here, but that's a podcast for another time.
Yes.
Yes,
We're a friendly podcast here.
we're a friendly podcast. We're all family. We're all family. Okay.
Shall you
next-
recite your next
Yes,
verse?
Louis.
The next verse is. I can't read.
Oh my god. The next original verse would be the which if you with patient ears attend.
I believe you need to tighten your handwriting, Evan.
Yes, I do think I've spelled attend wrong there.
Yeah, I can't.
Well,
No worries.
no worries, no worries.
Let's not get off track.
Yeah, nobody sees my spelling except for this. Our translation of this verse would be, you patient listeners. We've really shortened.
Yes, it's a very
Yeah.
short
Bit more
verse.
short.
Yes, we went for the more short and simple type of verse there.
Yes, I do like that one.
Oh, yeah.
Short and simple.
Quite longer, if I'm being honest. Do you want me to say our
Yes,
translation?
yes, you shall translate it.
Our translation is, if you patiently watch and listen.
Hmm.
If you
Can you repeat that again?
if you patiently watch and listen.
You will say it's a bit closer to
Oh,
it.
yes.
The microphone
As you
can't
said, we
hear
have
you.
technical issues, so we have to go closer. Yes. If you patiently watch and listen.
Oh yes, oh yes.
We have decided this was the best translation we could come up with because it's give you an idea of what you would be doing during the show.
Yes, I think the last 3 verses of the prologue was very hard
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
to translate into our
Yes.
modern day language.
Yes.
I thought you would have shorts and more quotes. I believe you. I know you like smaller.
Well, I am a bit lazy, yes.
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 Like
That's
like
going
your,
off topic now.
your food portions are a bit small, so I thought your sentence structure
Yes.
would be.
Yeah, that's very nice compliments, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, Rhydian.
Let's not get off track.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a podcast
Sorry,
another day.
sorry.
Yes, we have very much podcast ideas just from this one podcast, to be honest. So you're helping us out a bit here, Rhydian.
Shall I say the last verse?
Yes.
Yes, you shall. Louis.
What here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
I don't like that verse.
Well,
Yes, me
that was
too.
the original verse.
Yeah,
that's
I know,
original.
I'd like it, so I'm excited to hear your.
Evan, shall I or you?
I don't mind.
Oh.
I just would like to say that for this one we've gone a bit. We haven't shortened it, but we've gone quite the opposite.
Extended it.
Yes,
We
So
have,
what
we have,
bit?
we
So
have
what bit?
also extended the verse as well.
Yes.
Our verse is, if you dare miss a part of this show, interesting words shall help you understand.
Ooh,
Quite
that's
similar
very
verse as
strong.
well.
But I don't think you are threatening people by telling them if you dare to miss.
Well,
I don't think that is the proper translation in my opinion.
Well, I could see the point there, even. It's kind of quite a direct
Yes, yeah.
way of speaking. And, it might feel like
a threat.
a threat
As you
to
said,
listeners.
Yes. Who do you want me to say the translation?
Yes.
translation verse?
Yes, you do.
So we have put, if you miss a part of our show, our hard work shall help you understand.
Oh, that's a very nice translation. Easy.
Yes, I believe it is
But
gone
more calm.
Yes, more calm.
Calm tone to the verse.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I think about now was the time that we introduce our sponsor of today's podcast, Penyonin. Very, very, very nice pub down in Graceland, bottom of Graceland. You would never find a better bartender than Olsen himself. Thank you for Penionin for sponsoring this podcast. We'd love for you to sponsor us again. Yes.
I couldn't agree more with that.
Yes. Efan and Rhydian, you've been a very great guest on our podcast.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Yes.
Thank you.
I would like to have you back on the podcast sometime.
Yes, we'd love to have you.
Especially with the next podcast.
Yes, our next week's podcast, the Tossa Celtic de Frontina with
Yes.
podcast.
We go into the depth of Eifion and
Yes. And your special guest will be?
Eifion and Gitzo Peters,
Oh, wow.
the vice captain and the manager.
oh yes.
What would be delighted
I'll-
to join you as viewers of the match?
I'll be sure to get autograph.
Oh yes. We would very much like if you want to join as well.
So yes,
Yeah.
I'll be delighted.
Since you were viewing the match,
Yes,
the
I studied the game very thoroughly.
Yes.
Through the game. Yes. I think it's about time we
Yes.
wrap
So
this
yeah,
up.
Yes.
shall we leave?
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hope to see you
This
guys.
is the lights with the podcast.
I hope to see you again in the different podcast.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
The Dyff Boizzz podcast for today.
Catch us again next week.
As we said for the Telltale podcast we are going to do, it will be a very, very exciting podcast. Very much better than this one coming up.
Yes. Them can be boring sometimes.
Yes, we think our next podcast guest will be much better than this.
Yes.
Not to be rude.
Sorry with that.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for listening. We have come to the end of our podcast now. Thank you very much, and we hope you tune in
Next week
Yes.
with our Tossa Celtic podcast.
Thank you. Dyff Boizzz out.